Good morning, beginning farmer friends. It is not nice. I don't remember when the last day that I put out a video was, or when I recorded a video, I guess, but the weather has changed. Whatever day that was, the weather is different today. It is slightly above freezing. It snowed a little bit last night. I think we've had maybe half an inch or more than half an inch of rain over the past few days. And I've got a bottle of milk. It's a 2-liter bottle, but it works for the lambs. I am going to try to start the 4430, and then I'll tell you what's going on. That is not working very well. I also didn't plug the 4430 in last night, so it doesn't want to start. We'll give it one more go. I think it's going to go. It is kind of dark back here. Let me see if I can turn a light on so you can see what's going on. Oh, it's bright. All right, here's what's going on. I don't know if you can tell, but things have changed quite a bit in the shed since I was last in here with the camera. I have got a whole bunch of pens, and by a whole bunch I mean 3, I think. I've got pens set up here, 1, 2, 3. Down here is the calf. It got moved. We've got a set of twins right here, and we've got a set of twins right here, and then the rest of this area where I'm standing right now, and in through here, and down there, I don't have anything in that pen anymore because it was just snowing and blowing in rain into that one, so I evacuated that one. But the rest of this area, the lambs and the sheep can come in when they want to get out of the weather. That's what's going on in here. I'm going to bottle feed this little lamb right here right now. It doesn't seem to be getting enough milk from its mother, so we're just going to try to supplement it as best we can, keep it going. This is actually lamb's milk, not milk replacer. My wife has been milking some of the sheep, or this is sheep's milk, I guess I should say. She's been milking one of the sheep that lost its lamb, and so we've got the real deal to give this little guy right here, or girl, I don't know what it is. This little lamb is going to town on this bottle. Since it is 34 degrees right now, that means I need some firewood. I'm not gonna bore you with my firewood getting, but I am gonna go get some so that it doesn't become 34 degrees in the house as well as outside. To be completely honest, this like 34 degrees, damp, windy, cold, it is the worst cold. You could give me 8 degrees and calm any day over this, and I will take it, not only for myself, but for my livestock as well. I feel like I've had to do more in the past few days to make sure that the livestock was all comfortable than I had to do when it was, you know, negative 15 degrees. Like for the chicks over there, when it was negative 15 degrees, you just put in more heat lamps and a bunch of bedding. For the sheep and the cattle, it's just like trying to make sure that there's a place where they can get out of this damp cold, because it just does go through the bone and just get down deep into you. But that's why I'm gonna go split some firewood right now. I'll come back to you when I'm done splitting firewood. The firewood is got. Now on to the next thing, and I think that the next thing is going to be working in here in the shed to clear out a spot so I can bring in a wagon gear to start on that chicken wagon that needs to get done ASAP. I do want to add a couple things real quick while I'm out here though. First of all, a lot of people had been commenting and saying, hey, I can't believe that this door is still up and it's still there, this tarp, I guess, not really a door. The reality is, if you follow us on Instagram, which you should do, just go over to Instagram, follow The Beginning Farmer on there. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. But the reality is, if you follow us on Instagram, this door almost lost it. It almost went big time. I ended up having to put this board up here all the way across. It ripped out most of the grommets going up that I had it attached to the side of this, on both sides, on this side and that side down there. It's still up. I think we can get it to last. We had like 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I think we can get it to last, but oh man, that was a close one. Also, this truck, man, it's given me a heck of a time. I've got a flat tire here. That just happens. It just goes up and down. I've got a power steering pump inside that leaks like a sieve. And then I was walking up to my truck the other day and I was like, it feels like that this side of the bed is lower than the cab. And so I came up and I pushed on it and I yanked on it, and yeah, the bed is coming disconnected. Oh my, things around here. Let me get a pair of gloves and then we'll get working in there. I got a spot cleaned out in the shed where I think I can kind of angle in my wagon gear, just kind of back it in right here and have a place where I can at least start working on the gear aspect of it. I still need to go get all the supplies. I'm going to try to make it as long as I can. I don't know, let's just go get the gear and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you've been following along on the channel, you know that I've got 2 wagon gears out here and actually a 3rd wagon gear over there. The 3rd wagon gear is actually a pretty good gear. It's a New Holland gear. That's the one I'm going to let my son use as kind of a people wagon. These 2 right here are going to be turned into chicken wagons. I'm taking this green one first because it has all these upright pieces right here. That red one's missing one. And because I think that this bolt right here is free enough that I can pull this apart. Typically what goes on these wagons is there is a pipe here connecting the front piece to the back axle right here. I think what I'm going to be able to do is cut off this bolt right here and then see if there's some extra pipe in there, widen and lengthen this thing out as much as possible. I was watching this tire in particular as we were coming up and it was wobbling pretty good. I'm pretty sure the bearing's out on that, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I also don't care. I need to find something to cut that bolt off because I know that it's not going to just come off. And I found my angle grinder, but no cutting blade. Maybe Sawzall. That was, ow! That's hot! Whoa! I'm pretty sure there's 2 ways that this wagon could come apart. One of them might be easier than the other one. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay, that was easier than I expected. That's probably really vibrating the camera, isn't it? Let me put it on the tractor. How long do you think that pipe is? All right, I have reached the maximum length of the pipe. It is actually after this little slidey piece right here, whatever you want to call that. So I got to push it in maybe 6 inches, and that's the maximum length that I have it. But it also means that I moved it out about 18 inches, which is a good thing. Then I can put some long runners. I think honesty is the best policy when it comes to Beginning Farmer Show YouTube thing. I'll be completely honest, I thought I was going to be chaining the back of this wagon to the M5 and pulling on it to get it out. That went great. I mean, I think I did pretty good backing it in, but I'm going to push it in the rest of the way. Between the front axle and the rear axle, it looks like we're a skosh over 9 feet. I would think that I could safely go about 3 feet on either side. And if I think that I can safely go about 3 feet on either side and it's about 9 feet, let's just get 16-foot long runners. We'll get some 4x6s. They will be attached to these right here. We might have to cut off the top of these a little bit. 4x6s that will stick out about 3 feet 6 inches on either side of the axle. I think with the weight that I'm going to design this one with, it should be okay. It's a little over 3 feet in between those 2 boards that you're going to have, your 2 runners along there. So if I've got 3 foot in between those, and I stick out 3 foot. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe we could get away with like 10 foot 2x4s or maybe 2x6s as kind of your flooring brace. The plan, and this plan is going to be changing, okay? But my plan is to space out some floorboards, or not floorboards, I wish I knew construction terms. My plan is to put some 2x4s on edge, space them out, you know, every 12 inches or so, and then put a 1x1 mesh on top of that, welded wire on top of that, so that all the droppings go through the wagon. I'm also planning on short sidewalls, maybe 3 foot tall sidewalls, and then a peaked roof, or possibly even a hooped roof and putting a tarp on it. I haven't decided yet. You guys have any thoughts on that? Should I do a hoop with just some hog panels and maybe a peak running down the middle to support that hog panel in the middle, and then a tarp on top of that? I would love your opinions. Or should I do a peaked roof and do some steel on top of it? I am open for suggestions. I'm going to put some roosts in it because that's the nice thing about the Freedom Rangers, is that they do roost. I'm going to put those coming down in the middle. I've got some designs for those kind of from the middle down out, but I want to be able to put them up out of the way when I go to catch chickens. So it's going to be a ride. The next step obviously is going to go get supplies. That'll mean hooking up the stock trailer to the truck that's falling apart. Go get some supplies. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I should tell you before I go that this little purple halter calf here, she's got a name. Her name is Daisy. So everyone, say hello to our little friend, Daisy. Thanks so much for following along on the journey. Thank you so much for all the comments and suggestions that you put down below. It really helps out a ton. I am going to go take advantage of this cold day and do a little marketing inside.